Hey, what's going on, guys? I got CheFPV here, Troy, ATXRC Productions, Zero Ground FPV, right? But today we're here to talk about Militia Brothers and a open pilot call that they have for tracking down some team pilots and putting a team together for sponsorship. So, what is Militia Brothers? They're a company based out of Oregon. Great little company. They have a great reputation for taking care of their customers and carrying some really good, innovative product. They're newer to the game and they're just trying to kind of get their name out there. Talked to one of the owners and he really seemed really cool, down to earth, really like-minded mentality, and looking at their website and looking at what their mission is and what it is that they're kind of out there trying to do in the community. They really are looking for people that they don't want to change. They don't want to have somebody just toe the company line, and I think that's really cool and interesting, and really what I'm about. Anybody who watches me or knows me knows that I speak my mind. I say what's out there. I've documented pretty much every experience that I've had from ground RC like 6 years ago when I first started this at like 31 or so when I got back into RC. And then like 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago when I started flying the disco, and after that I started flying the solo and some other things, and then got into FPV a couple years ago, which really just kind of got me back into it. Kind of gets you, everybody talks about the flow state and all that, and for me, I had that with bashing with the ground RC stuff. So like getting a really fast, high powered vehicle that can really withstand a beating and going out and just thrashing on it in some big jumps and airs and just doing some really cool stuff. It was always really fun. And it was therapy at that time for, what we were doing. And so FPV took that to just another level. Obviously getting started, everybody, Sharp, who, come on, bow down to the Godfather. I've met him a few times in person. He would never remember me, and that's awesome. But just great dude. A lot of people don't realize so many cool things about that guy, including the fact of he works for very high up in DreamWorks. But saw a video of his, I think around the same time I saw the same one that literally millions of people have seen at this point, which is the racing through the woods with the guys, not the pod racing, but just the racing through the woods with the signs like on the ground and on the trees and the really cool crashes and midair stuff. That had me hooked. And so I like literally was looking at my TBS disco and going, I got to get an FPV. So I started trying and all that. And anyways, here we are like 2 years later. Pilot name again, CheFPV. If you don't know, CheFPV.com takes you to the web page or the Facebook page. But ATXRC Productions was actually started when I did the ground RC videos and scale crawling. I've evolved that now into what I kind of do, which is just all my production stuff kind of goes there. But it's been kind of stagnant with FPV stuff, and the main reason is zero ground. So the cool thing is Militia Brothers is all about being within the community and giving back to the community and making sure that they foster the community in order to grow their business, which is really the way that I've always been passionate that companies are and operate. And I hold the companies that I really support really near and dear because I'm passionate about them. You hear me talk about them: Multi Rotor Mania, Atmospheric Adventures, Hobby Wireless, Aerial Visions. I mean, there's so many to mention. Surge over at Pyro Flip. I'm leaving somebody major out, and I know. But anyway, so like all those guys are really good, vendors and stuff that I've always preached to, go get their stuff first. So Militia Brothers really kind of fits in with those guys. So that's really why I want to be a part of the team, just because the mentality and everything is the same as what I've always been passionate about. And then here with Zero Ground, we have some teammates, Guards and 32 Bits of Gill and Crux and Burst and now Shawnee P and myself. And we're all about kind of training together, if you would, or just flying together, being together, sharing resources. And, we have a frame that, Buddy broke his frame the other day. Hey, take mine. Go get up and fly. Guys traveling to races. Hey, borrow some of my travel gear if you need my gear. Other guys letting other guys borrow stuff, giving frames to guys and motors and testing product and stuff like that. Just sharing the resources and making sure that we all keep flying, all keep having fun, and we start pushing each other to the next level. So Zero Ground is all about doing that, and that's just kind of our local team. So that's what we're doing here. We'd like to kind of open that up to include new people like we did with Shawnee P and bring on new talent and help foster them with the relationships that we have. So again, being a part of the Militia Brothers, I think is just a great partnership. So I could talk for days. Everybody knows I could talk for days. I hope you enjoy what you hear and you see what you like and all that stuff. I don't know. But that's just me. Zero Ground, CheFPV, ATX, all that stuff. So with all that being said, I haven't chosen the video you're about to see, but here comes some flying, CheFPV style, baby. Fly safe, fly smart, fly Militia brothers. Peace.
Did you hear that lipo buzzer screaming? Oh my God. So that last fall, if you would, which was a controlled fall, yeah, I had to save that last burst of power because I sponged out right there at the end. The battery's dead. I killed that battery trying to kill that best pack. Oh man, that was the best pack today though. That was some fun. Need some more practice with the moon towers, but whew, running around the outside of it, there's some good trees too. Hope you enjoy, guys. Fly safe, fly smart. ZeroGroundFPV.com, CheFPV.com. Peace.